If you have a reformer at home, then I'm going to take you through some of my favourite reformer exercises. We're going to start with reverse abs. I call this one Scared Cat with Fur Balls. So start kneeling on your reformer, facing the shoulder rests. You're about 5 centimetres away. Bring your hands onto the frame, tuck your tailbone under and bring your whole body forward. Now the spring setting for this exercise is whatever your body can withstand. So I usually work with a red spring, but you might want to take it down a little from there depending on how your abs are. Start with a blue and see how you go. If you just have all the same coloured springs at home, start with one spring and see how you go. You want to make sure you're feeling it in the abs and not in the shoulders. So your fingertips are facing forward, your hands are flat so you can't grip the frame. Tighten the core and round the back like a scared cat. Bring your belly button to your spine and on the exhale, bring the knees towards your hands, drawing the carriage towards your hands. Inhale, halfway back out. Exhale to bring it in and inhale, halfway back out. Now your body doesn't move except hinging from the hip to bring the carriage all the way in and halfway out. You want your belly button to feel like it's coming in and up underneath your ribs. A bit like that vomiting feeling. So exhale to bring it in and inhale back out. Next time you're having a vomiting fit, you'll think of me. So exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out. We're going to do 10 more. Shouldn't feel this through the shoulders or the arms at all. You should only feel it through the abs. It's a bit like those hanging knee crunches that they do at the gym, only better. So let's go. 5 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the carriage all the way back to the stoppers. Then take 2 hands to one side. You might need to bring your hands in just a little bit because we're doing the obliques. So round the back, belly button to spine and bring the shoulders over the hands. The thighs should be in contact with the shoulder rest. Belly button to spine and press the frame of the carriage away from you so you can't grip on. Exhale to bring the knees in towards your hands and inhale halfway out. We're doing 10 on each side. Keep the shoulders down and away from your ears. Exhale up, inhale out. I think that's about 5. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way out and change sides. So 2 hands to one side. Bring your shoulders over your hands and your thighs should come in contact with the shoulder rest. Bring your belly button to spine and round the back like a scared cat. And now, like that cat's coughing up a fur ball, bring the belly button in and up underneath your ribs, a bit like that vomiting feeling. That's why I call it Scared Cat with Fur Balls. That way most people know what I'm talking about. I think that's a more accessible name than reverse abs. So keep going. We've got 5 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way out. So you should have felt that targeting your abs. While we're there, let's bring the knees back for quadruped. It's a bit like being a superhero, this one. So your hands are on the mat, underneath your shoulders. Bring the arch or the instep of one foot up onto the foot bar. Keep the springs at the same setting. So tighten the core and keep the hips facing towards the floor. Exhale as you press out and inhale to come back in. Exhale to press away and inhale to come back in. So as you're working, make sure that that bottom knee doesn't come any further forward. It stays directly underneath your hip the whole time. So exhale out and inhale to come back in. Keep your ribs sliding down to your hips so you're not sinking or arching through the back. Keep your back as flat as possible and press the carriage away from you, keeping the shoulders down and back. Think about your clutch bag as if you're holding it underneath your armpit, and that way you'll activate the serratus anterior muscle and support the shoulder blades. Let's do 2 more like this before we add the opposite arm. So this time add the opposite arm as you extend out and inhale back in. So you should feel your abs really working now, keeping you in place. Think about rib to opposite hip. Five to go. A bit like a superhero, flying through the air, except don't fly, stay on your reformer. Good. 3 to go. 2, 1 more, and come all the way back in. So now it's time to change sides and do it all again on the other side. So lower that foot and bring the other foot up onto the foot bar. You should have the arch or the instep of your foot up there. Keep your core tight and keep your knee underneath your hip. Press the hands into the carriage and the shoulder blades are down and back. Exhale to press out to a straight leg and inhale to bend back in. Exhale to press away and inhale to come in. So keep going. Make sure that that knee that you're kneeling on stays underneath your hip the whole time and that it doesn't come any further forward when you extend out. So exhale away, inhale to come in. Let's do 5 more. Keep the shoulder blades down and back. Be careful not to hunch the shoulders. Also, watch that you're not going to sink through the shoulders. So keep pressing the mat away from you. There's 2 more like this. And then we're going to add the opposite arm with the next repetition. So take the opposite arm out and bend it back in. Exhale out and inhale, come in. So like you're a superhero flying through the air, extend away and reach back in. Keep the control. You should feel the abs working hard to keep you stable. The glutes will be working hard also because they're keeping you balanced through the legs. Extend away. There's 4 to go. Exhale out. Inhale to come in. Exhale out. Inhale to come in. Keep your eyes looking directly at the mat below you. Good. 1 more. Excellent. Come all the way in. I think it's time for a lie down. So let's add a spring because we're doing feet and straps. So I've got a red spring on there now. I'm going to add a blue spring. If your springs are all the same, then you probably want possibly 3 springs. We're doing long spine. So lying down, you'll need to lower your headrest. Bring your feet into straps. Now with this exercise, be sure that you're only doing it if you don't have any back issues. So if you have any lower back issues, thoracic issues, or even neck issues, this exercise is not for you. Wriggle away from the shoulder rest slightly and bring the legs out to 45 degrees. So it's a shoulder stand, but with your feet in straps. So inhale to bring the feet to 90 degrees, and then exhale, lift your feet towards the ceiling, coming up into a nice long spine. Inhale to open the feet just a shoulder distance, and exhale, keep the carriage still as you roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Back down onto the mat, the hips hit the ground, and then circle the legs around and bring them back to 45 degrees. So inhale to 90 degrees. Now, if you have difficulty going straight up from here, then bring your feet a little closer to your head and come up that way, pressing back into the straps. Inhale to open the feet, and exhale, keep the carriage still as you roll down using your abs to control the roll down. You'll probably find it quite challenging because we've just worked our abs. Let's do 3 more. Inhale to 90 degrees. Exhale, reach for the ceiling with your feet. Inhale to open the feet, and exhale, control that roll down. Laying your spine down onto the mat. Circle the legs around, back to 45 degrees. 2 to go. Inhale, and then exhale, rolling up. Inhale to open the feet, and exhale, control that roll down. As if you're laying your spine on the mat like a bicycle chain, 1 vertebra at a time. Circle the legs around. Last one. Inhale, exhale to the ceiling. Inhale to open the feet, and exhale, control that roll down. Circle around. Good. Nicely done. Bend the knees, take the feet out of straps. Reach for the foot bar. We're going to stand up to work on our inner thighs. Because we're working inner thighs, we want a light spring. I'm going to place just a yellow spring on the reformer. I'm going to lower the foot bar so it's out of the way. If you know that your inner thighs are weaker, then you might want to use a blue spring. If all your springs are the same on your reformer at home, try 1 spring. If you need a little bit of extra help, put another spring on. So standing on the reformer, we're going to stand on the standing platform first and then onto the carriage. Okay, so in this exercise, the lighter the spring, the harder it is. So inhale to tighten the core, cold pull, tight jeans. We're really going to need the cold pull this time. And take the carriage out only as far as you can control it, and exhale to squeeze the thighs together to bring the carriage back in. So inhale to take it away, and exhale, squeeze both legs equally like they're tongs to pull it back in. So imagine you've dropped your credit card in the soup. I don't know why it's there. And then your legs are like the tongs that are going to squeeze together. You'll know that tongs, you don't use one side or the other. They squeeze equally. So pull up through the pelvic floor muscle. Feel your head lift to the ceiling as you squeeze it back in. Make sure you can feel your inner thighs working towards each other. Be careful not to bend the knees, but also be careful not to lock them out. You want them straight, but not hyper straight. Squeeze both legs equally to bring the carriage back in. This time we're going to take it out and hold it out. Hold it there. Hands on the hips, keep the carriage still by using the inner thighs. Flat back swan dive over. Good. Keeping the carriage still, roll back up and then squeeze it back in. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale out and exhale, flat back swan dive over. Coming back up and squeeze it back in. Last one like this. Inhale out and exhale, keeping the carriage still as we swan dive. Inhale to stand tall, tuck the tailbone under so you're not using your back, and exhale to squeeze it in. I'm going to turn around and do it again on the other side. So stepping onto the standing platform first, then onto the carriage. Stand nice and tall, keep the tailbone tucked under. Inhale to take the carriage out because that's the easy part, and exhale, squeeze both legs equally to draw the carriage back in. So inhale out and imagine that your legs are the tongs picking up your credit card out of the soup, and use the inner thighs equally to come back in. So if you have strong thighs, strong inner thighs, you can take the carriage out as far as you can and squeeze both legs equally to bring it back in. But if you know you're a bit weaker through the inner thighs, just take it a small way. You'll still be working as hard as anybody else, just doing what's right for your body. Good. So it's inhale out and exhale. Lift your head to the ceiling as you come back in. Make sure you're pulling up on your pelvic floor muscle as you draw the carriage in. Pulling up is good, pushing down, bad. Okay, this time take it out, hold it out, hands on the hips, use the inner thighs to hold it still, and flat back swan dive over. Keep the carriage still as you come back up, standing tall. Make sure the tailbone tucks under and squeeze both legs equally to come back in. Inhale to take it out, there's 2 more to go. Exhale to swan dive over. Be careful that the carriage doesn't scoot away on you. That means your inner thighs have let go. Tuck the tailbone under and bring it back in. Make sure that tailbone is tucked under, otherwise you'll be using your back muscles and not your inner thighs. Exhale over. Inhale to stand tall, tuck that tailbone under and come back in. Excellent. Come back down to a seated position for my favourite stretch, mermaid. So for mermaid, sit like a pretzel with the shin along the shoulder rest, the other shin along the front edge of the carriage. I'm doing this stretch with just one blue spring on there. So if all your springs are the same colour, try it with just one spring. If you don't get enough support, pop 2 springs on. The hand is on the foot bar, but just slightly forward of the body line. Don't take it behind the body line or it'll be too much pressure through your shoulder. So just forward of the body line and the other arm is out. So keeping this hip down for as long as possible. Exhale to press away. Lie your ear along that arm, stacking your shoulders in your hands. Getting a nice side stretch. Be careful not to roll the shoulders. Keep them nicely stacked so you get that nice side stretch from your hands all the way down the side of the body. Then bring 2 hands onto the bar and rotate your shoulders to face the floor. Press your chest through your shoulders towards the floor and get a nice stretch through the lats. They're the muscles that run down the side around your mid-back. They're hyperactive also along with your shoulders, so they can do with a good stretch. Now, keeping the arms straight or as straight as possible, lift the head and chest and draw the carriage back into the stoppers, pressing with the back hand and pulling with the front hand. Getting a nice rotational stretch through the obliques. That's the part where you look like a mermaid. Then press away, sending the chest to the floor, stretching out through the lats. Bring the back hand forward towards the front hand. Bring the front hand on top of the back hand. Rotate the shoulders so you get that side stretch again. Then start the carriage coming in by lowering that hip down onto the mat and lifting through the underside of the waist before you sweep that top hand up and over. Now, if you spin around towards the shoulder rests, your feet should be in the right position to do it all again on the other side. So just checking, one shin runs along the shoulder rest, the other shin along the front edge of the carriage. The hand on the bar is just forward of the body line and the other one is out nice and straight. Keeping both hips on the mat, press out, lie your ear along that arm and sweep that top hand up and over. Be sure to keep the shoulders stacked and don't rotate towards the floor too early. So get that nice side stretch running from your hands through your arms, down the side of the body, all the way to the hips. Then place 2 hands on the bar and rotate the torso so the chest faces the floor. Press through the arm. You should get a nice stretch down your lats and also under your armpits. Now, lifting your head and chest, keep the arms straight, lift your head and chest towards the ceiling, pressing with the back hand and pulling with the front hand, and get a nice rotational stretch. Shoulders stay down and back. Good. Your obliques will thank you for that after scared cat with fur balls. Then press back out, sending the chest through your arms towards the floor. Bring the back hand towards the front hand. Stack your front hand on your back hand. Rotate the shoulders to face the front and lift through the underside of the waist, sending the hip down onto the mat to start the carriage coming in before you sweep that top hand up and over, back to a seated position. And there you have my mermaid on the reformer. Thanks for joining me in this workout. They're my most fun, favourite reformer exercises, and I'm glad I shared them with you. I'll see you on the mat.